too heavy for these small wings. They couldn't create nearly enough lift to get its carcass off the ground. You see, to fly, you have to obey the laws of physics. There is a relationship between weight, power, and wingspan. Wing measurements give us a wingspan under 20 feet. It's not enough. This creature looks built to fly. It's got all the parts, but at the moment they just don't add up.
Estimated weight?
I'm guessing 900 pounds, maybe 950.
He's not gonna like this.
Don't tell me. The wing-to-weight ratio is way out. Couldn't fly, right? It's too heavy. A creature with wings that can't fly. That spells trouble.
2 weeks have passed since his mother saved him from the T-Rex, and the young dragon is in trouble. His mother is dead. The injury to her wing proved fatal. He cannot fly, and with no one to hunt for him, he too will die. The smell from his mother's carcass is attracting scavengers. For the moment, they're just pterosaurs. But who knows what other creatures may pick up the scent. This dragon lost his mother at a critical moment. Somehow, he has to teach himself to fly before it's too late. And if he does get airborne, it will be thanks to one of nature's most astonishing feats of engineering.
This just gets stranger by the minute. Internal scans show a massive heart. That's typical of flying creatures. Those chest muscles would need large quantities of oxygen-rich blood. Your bones are perfectly designed for flight, too. The internal structure is very specialized. It's honeycombed. You see this lightweight structure in bird skeletons. Their bones are strong, but still light enough for flight. But you're still too heavy for those wings. Come on, what's your secret? Any good news? There's something unusual inside the chest cavity. What are these? The image is too fuzzy. We don't have time to speculate. I'm going inside. The plot thickens. A second pair of lungs? But there's no internal structure. Bladders, maybe? They must have held something. You pass me a syringe, please? Gas. Analysis, please.
Unable to hunt, the young dragon exploits the only food available to him. His mother's meat will keep him alive for a few days. But if he can't fly, he can't hunt. His future looks bleak. Yet, even in death, his mother may still help him. In their gut, all creatures contain bacteria that help them to break down food. And as they do this, they release gas. But the bacteria inside dragons are unique, and the gas they produce is special. It is channeled into 2 storage chambers, the dragon's flight bladders. Alongside the super light skeleton, these bladders provide the key to flight, provided you know how to use them. this young dragon will have to learn fast. The scent of his decomposing mother has attracted the most dangerous creature imaginable. An aging male dragon. Its broken horns and dull markings betray a dragon at the end of his days, and this is bad news for our juvenile. Continuous battles over territory mean that most males never reach old age. But this dragon is still around. He's a survivor, and he's hungry. The youngster senses that given the choice, he'd prefer fresh meat. And this time, his mother isn't there to save him. His only hope is to take to the air.
Okay, gas composition, predominantly hydrogen.
Hydrogen. It's 14 times less dense than air. It's odorless, colorless. You put hydrogen in a balloon, what happens? It floats away, right?
The juvenile heads for the trees. The old male cannot fly here. Inside, the young dragon's body is working overtime. Heart beating, muscles pumping, and hydrogen is collecting at a phenomenal rate.
Fully expanded. What would you say is the cubic capacity of one of these things?
15 cubic feet.
There are two. That's 30. 30 cubic feet. A pump full of hydrogen. What kind of lift does that give us?
Not quite there, but maybe.
The youngster's flight bladders are now full, but crucially, so is his stomach. The undigested meat is weighing him down. Just in time, instinct takes over. He empties his stomach and spreads his wings. Exhausted, the old male abandons the chase. Our young dragon has found his wings, just in time, and for the very first time in his life.
Analysis suggests it's to be confirmed that maybe, just maybe, this creature could fly. This is no hoax. This thing is for real. A gigantic flying lizard. Too much to expect that you could breathe fire, too. If it's interesting, bring it back to the museum. That was the plan. Well, it's interesting, all right. But let's see what else we can find out before we have to leave. Okay. Time to put our heads into the lion's mouth. It was clearly a carnivore. A formidable predator. What's going on here? You've got incisors for ripping meat, and molars, grinding teeth. Stingrays have the same kind of teeth for crunching rock-hard shells. What would a meat-eating predator want with teeth like these?
Several years have passed, and our juvenile is now a young adult. But he is homeless. Without territory, he will never have a regular supply of food, and he will never mate. But his time has come. In the past, he has strayed accidentally inside the territory of dominant males. Today, there is no mistake. It is a daring act. Half of all young males are killed in territorial battles. The dull coat of adolescence has transformed into a vibrant display designed to intimidate rival males. But before he makes himself known, he takes on stores of a rare and valuable mineral found at the heart of every dragon territory. He is preparing for the fight of his life. And these rocks will hold the key.
The inner surface of the mouth is incredible. It's almost armor-plated. Now this is something I've definitely seen before. A fleshy valve at the back of the throat. This flap is very similar to the false palates found in crocodile throats. Crocs use it to stop their lungs from flooding while holding prey underwater. It's a very distinctive shape, and come to think of it, I think I've seen fossils of this somewhere.
This is a highly specialized structure. Can you scout the excavations and dig sites, museums, see if anything like this bone has popped up anywhere else? No, maybe it's an adaptation. Maybe it wasn't used to prevent water flooding the lungs. Maybe it's to prevent a backdraft of fire from burning the throat.
Boy, when you say it out loud, does it sound lame? It doesn't look like fire ever came out of this creature's mouth. There's no carbonized food residue, no signs of charring whatsoever.
Says if all the tools are here, they just haven't been used.
Perhaps it didn't breathe fire at all.
Well, maybe you're right.
Let's take a step back. Nature isn't constrained by our lack of imagination. Think about it. The natural world is full of bizarre creatures that have the most extraordinary weapons, tongues like spears, colors that change, and shapes, lassos even, but a creature that breathes fire? Bear with me. Meet the bombardier beetle. Now, when this guy gets angry, it fires out liquid at a temperature of over 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, how's he do it? By pumping a liquid fuel into a reaction chamber where a catalyst ignites it. The exploding chemicals have nowhere to go but out. And with a bang. Now, is that how dragons did it?
In the heart of his territory, the resident dragon, the alpha male, blasts a warning into the air. It signals that he is fit, healthy, and confident enough to waste precious fire on a display. The message is not lost on our young challenger. If he has any chance at all of winning this duel, he must be at his very best, because the stakes are high. With territory comes not only a guaranteed supply of food, but the one thing every young male needs if he is to leave his mark on the next generation. Females. And this female is the reason he is here.